Good evening. The Concord Township Board of Zoning Appeals meeting from March 10th, 2020 is now in session. I would like to introduce my board. To my far left is Skip Sweeney and Brandon Dines. I'm Ivan Valentic. To my right is Todd Goling and Jim Rowe. And to our far right is Heather Freeman, our zoning inspector. Under the advice of council, we ask that anyone speaking tonight must be sworn in. If you plan on speaking, please stand and raise your right hand. I'd ask that if anyone's on the line virtually, that they also please stand and raise their right hand to be sworn in. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me God. If so, say I do. Thank you. Please be seated. When presenting your case or commenting, come to the microphone and state your name and address and confirm you've been sworn in. Heather, were the legal notices published in a timely manner?
Yes, they were.
Great. So we have 2 items of old business tonight and 1 new variance. A 3-vote majority is required to either approve or deny the appeal. If a request is denied, we know there's a process there. So first is old business. Bill number 2018-41, Randy Viviani of 7757 Concord LLC has requested for this appeal to be tabled. So this one continues to lag. The next one is variance number 2020-72. James and Marion Martel have provided correspondence requesting that we remove this from our agenda. So
Withdraw
it. They've withdrawn it. So that one will not be coming back this time. Next is new business. We have variance number 2021-76. Probate Homes on behalf of the property owner, Mountainside Farms LLC, is requesting a variance from section 15.04B to table 15.04-1 to allow for the construction of a single-family dwelling with a 32-foot rear yard clearance in lieu of the minimum 40 feet required for the property located at 7996 Burgundy Court, current parcel number 08-A-023-E-00-00-084-0 and 10-A-023-E-00-008-0. Please come up and, again, your name that you've been sworn in and your address for the record.
Yeah, hi. George Davis, 7962 Butler Hill Drive, Concord. I'm the owner of Pro-Built Homes. We're the contractor for the house that would be built on this lot. I was before the committee a couple months ago. We had a different customer for this lot, and for various reasons, that contract was terminated. And at that meeting, we were here for a variance on the riparian. I wanted to know, first of all, that we are not encroaching any further on the riparian than we did before. Unfortunately, this house is bigger, as everybody wants today. We've done pretty much all we can. We've shrunk the house. We cut the depth 2 feet to try to, pretty much any more than that makes it really hard, to accomplish what you would want to accomplish with the room sizes. But we did make the house as small as we possibly could and still retain functionality. But, I'm asking for a 8-foot variance on the rear setback. So it's supposed to be 40 feet, and the best we can do is 32 feet with, not encroaching any further on the riparian. I think I think you guys are aware, Mountainside Farms is one of those communities that was impacted by the riparian setback. So when the roads were put in, there was no riparian. Now there is, and so there's not any more depth to the lot. You can't sort of move the road. So I think we've done the best we can. This is pretty much the last lot in Mountainside, so you won't have to see me anymore. And we're now aware of riparians, and we're building the house or the roads differently. But I would hope that the board would see it fit to grant this variance. I think it's of note that there's no home behind this. It's the Lake Erie School property that's behind it. So there's got 10 acres of woods back there. So it's not like we're pushing any closer to anybody's residence. And I do have the homeowner on the line in case you wanted to speak with them, if that's necessary. And I believe the developer, the current landowner, Larry, is also on virtual.
George, And I don't have the previous grading plan, but are we grading any further into the riparian?
No, I didn't want to come to you for 2 variances, so, I could have pushed the house more into the riparian and had maybe no rear setback variance, but I know that in general here, it's, in general, you guys are giving me like a half of, you're allowing me to encroach halfway in the riparian, but not at all with the house. And, the only way to meet the rear setback is to encroach the house into the riparian. And I thought that we were better to ask for no additional riparian variance, but instead to ask for a slight rear yard variance, which is within that, it's exactly at that 20%, that I guess makes it a little easier to grant.
Okay, so we're clear for the record. The grading is similar to what was before?
Yes.
No increase, okay.
Correct.
That's all I have. Anyone else have any questions? Skip?
Yeah, hi, George. I recall the last time you were here, I think I asked you a question regarding whether there was a creek that runs behind that side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we figured out whether there was or not.
So the short answer is, as would be defined by Chad from Soil and Water, the answer would be no, I believe.
Okay.
The water does flow just onto the Lake Erie property. It's a hill there, right? So there's sporadic flow without any defined bank back there. When Larry put the street in, he put a catch basin there to catch that water so it wouldn't go onto the road onto Caribou. And it's not on this lot.
Okay.
It's on the school property.
Okay, so if it does exist, it's not on this property.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So
It doesn't show up on the maps or anything. So.
Okay.
Okay. If you're on the phone, if you can mute your phone, we'll get to you in a second. Todd or Jim, do you have any questions?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. There's no one else here. Is there anybody on the phone that would like to speak for this appeal? Is there anyone on the phone that would like to speak against this appeal? Okay. Heather, is there anyone in the chat typing anything?
Oh. We're having trouble hearing. Hold on. Someone chatted.
Oh.
Bear with us. Hold on. What did it say? Star?
Star
Star
6.
6.
Can you hear us? I apologize for that.
You're back. We can hear you now.
Okay. I think it was only for a minute.
Okay.
Hold on. Maybe we can ask.
So George has presented his appeal. There are no further questions from the board. Our question is that, does anybody on the phone like to speak for this appeal? And if there's anyone that would like to speak against the appeal on the phone? All right, if there's no further questions, the public hearing for variance number 2021-76 is now closed to the public. Can I get a motion to approve variance 2021-76?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I'll let Heather figure that out. Open discussion for the board.
It just seems like the lesser two evils, because I'd rather have them move closer to the back than into the riparian, given the choice.
Yeah.
So it's 8 feet, right? 8 feet beyond where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how far Brandon can throw a baseball, so it's 7.5.
We got that on the record. Jim, anything?
No.
Anything from either one of you?
Unique lot, unique circumstances. I think it requires approval.
And question for Heather, do we notify Lake Erie College?
Yes, we did.
And they're
No
obviously.
correspondence.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Be seated. The question is on the approval of variance appeal number 2021-76. A yes vote approves it, no vote denies it. Heather, please call the vote.
Mr. Dines?
Yes.
Mr. Bowling?
Yes.
Mr. Rowe?
Yes.
Mr. Sweeney?
Yes?
And Mr. Valente?
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Next is on the approval of minutes. Do we have, I'm trying to remember who was here last meeting.
I was.
You were too, Jim? Okay, so we can do the minutes, right?
Well, I was, but.
Yeah. You're not, you're gonna abstain, so, can I, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from February 10th, 2021?
So moved.
Second.
All right, any changes, discussions for the minutes as written?
Nope.
All in favor of approving the minutes as written, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The minutes have been approved. Anyone want to abstain?
I'll abstain.
Abstain.
All right, 2 abstentions, thank you. The minutes have been approved. Our next meeting is April 14th, 2021. The Concord Township Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for March 10th, 2021 is now closed.